Hello and welcome to Burn in Memory. This is an indie game. It seems to be mostly text-based, which will mean that I read a lot of it to you. I'd say we stop the small talk and dive right into the game. It introduces itself in the screen. It says, "To Burn in Memory, an ahistorical and atemporal interactive fiction work of If Company 2015. Explore a city that never existed and uncover its secret history through the memories of a woman that lived its darkest moments. Mild content warning for violence and war." Should we activate the memory or enter? Let's first activate the memory. We are at the moment to burn the memory in the prologue, apparently. Remembering is like constructing and then traveling again through a space. We are already talking about architecture. Memories are built as a city is built. Umberto Eco, Architecture and Memory, 1986. We will probably be judged not by the monuments we build, but by those we have destroyed. Ada Louise Huxtable. Long ago, as nomadic peoples, we saw time in cycles of sun and season. Then in the city, as we experienced time from a fixed point, it became a line, forever behind us. This line is all we have. It is our art, our culture, our every cause and our every effect. The only certainty we take with us as we move ever forward is that, in time, all this will fade into the distance as ruins over the horizon. Can you truly blame those who would stand still in defiance, or those who, knowing full well the futility of holding on to that which is just dust, run? Yves Saint-Landry, foreword to the first edition, Children of Rust, by Eugénie Faure, 1920. Continue? Yes, please. And we are on this screen again. Okay, now let's enter. Balcony. Institute, below tower. "Breathtaking, isn't it?" says Saint-Landry, gesturing out over the vista. "Here is the city as I saw it. Empty, painted in rust and gold, below tormented skies writhing in cruel fire," she continues, in a tone somewhere between opera and pantomime. "Symbolic." A brief expression of sadness, then she continues, "Or perhaps the romanticist in me cannot stomach to tell this tale without an image such as this. I gave my life to this place," she says with a sigh. "And now I offer it to you. My tale is seen through many eyes, but your judgment must be yours alone. I shall play the part of Cicerone after my fashion, but not in a manner you expect. For I will be beside you only in memory. This should suffice to guide you through this tale to its end, and my absence will grant you clear eyes to draw of this the conclusions you will. Find me then in the orchards." And we are able to click this part of the sentence as much as I see, or the whole sentence. So let's try that. Okay, maybe it just continued in the story. Let's see. Balcony, Institute, below tower. A balcony facing westward, to the fore of a rooftop terrace overlooking the city. Twin streams fed by long aqueducts flank the tower in an embrace, then split, again in symmetry, to fall in two over the facades of the structure. Behind, paved pathways connected the cardinal points of the circular structure, and at their intersection rose a delicate white tower, starkly contrasting the silhouetted black spires of the horizon. Arcades accentuated the circumference of the terrace as the sun fell on the water like a scar. We could follow the pathways to below the tower, or we could click on the city or on delicate white tower, starkly contrasting the silhouetted black spires of the horizon. Let's start with the city. Did something change? Yes, something changed. A balcony facing westward, to the fore of a rooftop terrace overlooking the city, stretching towards the setting sun and that ever-present crimson fog. Twin streams fed by long aqueducts flanked the tower in an embrace, then split, again in symmetry, to fall into over the facades of the structure. Behind, paved pathways connected to the cardinal points of the circular structure, and at their intersection rose a delicate white tower, starkly contrasting the silhouetted black spires of the horizon. Let's click this as well. It changed. Now we already know the first part. We'll read the second part again. Behind, paved pathways connected the cardinal points of the circular structure, and at their intersection rose a delicate white tower, starkly contrasting the silhouetted black spires of the horizon. Delicate, but only to a cursory glance, crafted as it was with such mediated fragility in form, that in consonance with the expanse of the terrace, it would appear slender. Arcades accentuated the circumference of the terrace as the sun fell on the water like a scar. Now we will follow the pathways to below the tower. Landing overlook. Institute, below tower. The wind whistled through the arcades, a low and mournful hum. At the opposite side of the tower, I could fully behold the western vista, a river stretching out to the horizon, the opposing shore veiled and blurred in fog, receiving long shadows cast from the tower. Radiating outward from the tower were the roaring falls, glittering in the half-light. They split the circular piazza into two tiers, that lower tier accessible from here by twin descending staircases that curved inward to embrace a small landing. Though blackened windows teased entrance, the tower itself allowed no means of ingress at this level. We could either return to the balcony or descend the stairs to the landing. I think we already saw everything at the balcony. Can we click anything in the text here? Apparently not. Okay, so let's descend stairs to the landing. Landing. Institute. Below tower. The stairways flattened out and continued, splitting the flow in two to descend towards the outer arcades and the Red River. The entrance of the white tower was here, and dark in the shadow of the waning sun, a black monolith of a door, seamless and with no visible means of admission. We could either examine the door, or we could climb the steps to the landing overlook, or we could descend stairway to river. I want to examine the door. Landing, door, institute below tower. On closer inspection, a tight seam outlined a smaller inset door, featureless except for an ornate handle, intricately decorated with a solar motif. It was unlocked. Let's enter the tower then. Atrium floor. Tower, atrium floor. The atrium took up the entirety of the first two floors of the tower. Hugging stately wooden paneling, a spiral staircase swept upwards. Heavy, dust-filled beams of light shone through long vertical windows to fall on a sea of charred remains, the curled cinders of countless books. Two doors opposed each other, the black-painted monolith of a door leading back to the terrace, and a smaller set built of wood and brass inlay, open to the remains of a once great hallway. Sift through the arch, descend stark staircase, enter the atrium hallway, or return to the terrace. Now that's a difficult choice. I want to sift through the ash. Atrium floor, pages, tower, atrium floor. I waded through the ash, hands sifting charred fragments of history, names, dates, time and place, now meaningless in their separation. Search further. I tore through page after page, drunk on the prospect of discovery. And there it was, a single page, unburnt, alone in a ray of the setting sun. Hold page to the light. A rose, red. It held in perfect detail an illustration of a 7-petaled rose. I want to take the page. And we are in the atrium again. I already read this. Now that we found the page, we could go up the stairs, enter the atrium hallway, or return to the terrace. I feel like it's dangerous in here, so let's return to the terrace. And I want to go to the river. Riverside staircase. Institute, Riverside staircase. Flanked by architraved columns set into the stone walls holding back the streams, the staircase ended at the great river, before a wide iron gateway leading to the quay. I could feel the falls, ever present, thunder behind thick stone. A brass gate barred the way down to the promenade. Examine Institute rear gateway or ascend staircase to the upper landing. That's where we came from. I'd like to examine the Institute rear gateway. Riverside staircase, Sun Gate, western side. Institute Riverside staircase. The Institute's entrance rear gate was no less a great work as its brother, the same elegance and strength, gold hue belying the fortitude of a stronger metal, bright brass fashioned to call to mind the sun in all its radiance. Leave? Okay, that's what I just did. I will go up the stairs again. We already examined the door. Let's enter the tower and let's look around inside of the tower. I will enter the hallway. Atrium hallway. Institute, atrium hallway. Through the shattered remains of glass panels haled aloft by ribs of steel, the waning sun filled the atrium with diffused light in tones of blood and gold. A fitting welcome to the devastation below. Tattered and smoke-blackened banners flew from the ironwork buttresses, countenance cast in vivid red under those stains wrought of battle, surviving with all that stoic dignity of a final stand. Charred furniture stood as makeshift barricades under layers of cinder and, catching the light, thick shards of broken glass. I'd like to examine the grand gate.